So, so welcome to second week of the developing inner strength to overcome, and that is to overcome our unhealthy um, habitual behavior, which can be anything from food addiction to shopping addiction to electronic device addiction. So I want to show you a very simple technique this week, which is about activating the frontal lobe of the brain. The frontal lobe of the brain is responsible for our, what do we say, our personality and our character. So it's our values and our virtues and how those are expressed. When the frontal lobe of the brain is underdeveloped, we can respond through our emotions instead of responding through our values and our virtues. So this can lead to all kinds of problems, of course, because we can respond with anger, we can respond with anxiety, we can respond with things that may not be socially acceptable, okay, basically. So it can be an action, it can be an emotion that is really not socially acceptable and which has an effect on other people, instead of responding from our own values and virtues. And so stress has a lot to do with the functioning of the frontal lobe of the brain. So if we're under a lot of stress, then it affects that functioning, and we can respond through our emotions instead of through our values and virtues. If we are addicted, let's say, to any drugs or alcohol, that negatively affects the functioning of the frontal lobe of the brain. If we if we find ourselves to be depressed, that means that the functioning of the frontal lobe needs some attention. Okay, so this little technique is very simple, but it's very powerful for activating the frontal lobe of the brain, so that we are functioning more from our values and virtues rather than from our emotions. So I have to teach you first the breath of fire, because we're going to do the breath of fire with this little technique. So to do the breath of fire, it comes from, the breath of fire comes from the belly, this whole kind of right from your navel point and the solar plexus as well. And the breath is done through the nose. And on the inhale, the belly comes out, and on the exhale, the belly comes in. So please put your hand here on your belly. Inhale the belly out. Exhale, pull the belly in. Inhale out, exhale in. Inhale out, exhale the belly in. So you're working the belly. The breath is not up here. The breath is felt down in the belly. Even though our lungs don't go down that far, but that's where we notice it. Because the diaphragm is moving down on the inhale and up on the exhale. Okay, and then when you get the hang of that, you can do it about 1 second per inhale, exhale. And when you get the hang of that, you can speed it up. And when you get practiced, you can do it even a little bit faster. So for this tuning up the frontal lobe, you want to sit up straight. So you don't want to be all collapsed in here. You want to pull, push the chest out, basically. That straightens your spine upwards, okay? So you don't see any collapse in here. So just press the chest outwards. And here it might seem reversed in the image, but your right palm is facing upwards. All the fingers are together, tight. Right palm is facing upwards. The hands are straight out from the shoulders. I will put them down a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. But ideally they want to be up here. And palms are flat. The right palm faces upwards. The left palm faces downwards, okay? And the fingers, the thumb is adjacent to the other hand. All right, so pull that straight out from the shoulders and begin the breath of fire. Your eyes are closed, and I will just do it for a few seconds. But at home, you can start with 3 minutes, and as you get used to it, you can increase the amount of time, okay, that you can do it. You can do it for up to 11 minutes. And you'll get used to holding your arms out, so don't worry about that. You just ignore the fatigue and focus on your breathing, okay? So let's begin. Eyes are closed, and I'll just demonstrate for a few seconds, okay? And after 3 minutes, that's your timer. After 3 minutes, inhale, suspend the breath, and push those arms way straight out from the shoulders. Straighten your spine upwards. Hold that breath for about 15 seconds. Exhale strongly. Relax your arms momentarily, and then do that inhale again. Suspend the breath for about 15 seconds. Push the arms straight out from the shoulders. Pull the spine up straight. Exhale. And you do that 3 times. Inhaling, pushing the arms out, straighten the spine. So do that total of 3 times with a full exhale after each one. And then you want to practice that at home. Okay, if you do it every day, you will notice a difference. Do it every day, at least 3 minutes. You'll notice a difference in the functioning of your frontal lobe, and you may not be so affected by your emotions. Maybe affected, but in the way that you react, okay? So, because the frontal lobe actually moderates our emotions, and we'll be able to process what value and what virtue do we need to use in this particular situation. Okay, so this very simple technique, tuning up the frontal lobe, is helps us to gain a commitment to our higher self, to where our virtues and values reside, and our ability to use them. Okay, so I hope this technique is useful, and I'll see you again next week. And don't forget to that I do offer the one-on-one coaching packages for healing through the chakras and tapping into your inner guidance, okay, into your soul's yearning for inner guidance if you're looking to find your path in your life. And please contact me through my Facebook page, which is Kundalini Yoga Halifax. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you next week.